All right, thank you guys, and welcome to our NHL free pick video here today for Wednesday, January 26, 2022. I'm talking about hockey, baby. My name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. And following a 5-0 day in my personal bets on Monday, we also improved to 3-0 in our last three $1.99 daily best plays on my website at brockpage.com as well. And if you want to access today's $1.99 daily best play, it's only going to cost you just $1.99. And once again, following Monday's sports wagering action, we also improved to 3-0 in our last three board member tier package picks on brockpage.com as well. And just remember, guys, board members on my website get access to every single bet that I make personally every single day all the way through the end of January. And the link for both of those packages I just mentioned is located in the description section below. I'm so excited, I could barely talk. Let's talk about some hockey, baby. We're going to start with the Ducks taking on the Leafs, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Toronto's minus 280 with the total at 6. Jack Campbell possible in net for Toronto. John Gibson expected for Anaheim. Now, Johnny G's done a pretty nice job this season. He's got 14 wins under his belt as the netminder, as the starting netminder, should I add, along with a .919 save percentage. Now, the Ducks are currently on a 2-game winning streak, and they've actually been really good cashing in on the puck line this year. Anaheim's currently 13-7 against the number on the road this season, and that's good for 65% in that category. The Ducks are also 29-15 against the puck line overall for the season. Now, the Ducks currently find themselves in the top 10 in the NHL in fewest first period goals allowed. They're taking on a Toronto team who may have to go to work again without Case and Hall. And although there's really not much to nitpick about when it comes to Toronto, they do tend to give up most of their goals in the second period. They're currently in the bottom 10 in the NHL in second period goals allowed this year. And when it comes to the puck line, well, there could potentially be problems for Leaf backers there as well. Toronto covered in just 7 out of 19 home games, and that's good for just 36% in that category. I would say puck line advantage not going to Toronto in this one. Now, total-wise, the Leafs are 11-9 to the under at the Scotiabank Arena. Meanwhile, 4 out of Anaheim's last 7 got over that failed to get over the total of 6 goals themselves. I'm going to lean toward Anaheim plus 1.5 and the under 6 goals. Next contest, it is going to be Flames versus the Blue Jackets, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Calgary's minus 175 with the total at 6. Jacob Markstrom expected for the Flames. Elvis Merzlikins probable for Columbus. Now, Elvis has had some problems giving up goals this season. He comes into the Wednesday's start with a .306 goals against average. And the Blue Jackets are also allowing 35 shots on goal a game. Now, Columbus is also on a 2-game losing streak, and they took the loss in 7 out of their last 10. They're taking on a Calgary team who's got 13 wins on the road this year, and they do a great job scoring with the puck. Matthew Tkachuk is leading the club in goals with 21 of them. Meanwhile, Johnny Gaudreau and Elias Lindholm, they're both plus 25. Man, that's impressive. They're actually both in the top 5 in the NHL in plus minus. Meanwhile, when it comes to defensive play, the Flames are amongst the best clubs in the NHL in fewest goals allowed per contest. Jacob Markstrom's got 14 wins on the season between the pipes, along with a .924 save percentage. Now, injury-wise, Pitlick is out for the Flames. Tarasov and Boquist are still not playing for the Blue Jackets. When it comes to the total in this one, 7 out of Calgary's last 9 contests got over the posted number. They're also 13-10 to the over this year when they travel. Now, the Blue Jackets, on the other side of things, they are 70% to the over at the Nationwide Arena. I'm going to lean toward Calgary minus 1.5 and the over 6 goals. Next contest, it is going to be Sharks versus the Capitals, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Washington is minus 180 with the total at 5.5 goals. Samsonov expected for the Caps, Reimer for San Jose. Now, James Reimer's got 12 victories on the season, along with a 914 save percentage. The Sharks are also in the top 10 in the NHL in defensive shots on goal on the road. They're taking on a Washington club who lost 7 out of their last 10 themselves, and they actually tend to give up a bunch of goals at home. Matter of fact, Washington is in the bottom 10 in home goals allowed, and they're still going to work here without Oshie and Jensen. Now, total-wise, the Caps are 15-8 to the over in the nation's capital this year. That's home games, by the way. Meanwhile, San Jose saw 2 out of their last 3 get over the line themselves. I'm going to lean towards San Jose plus 1.5 in the over 5.5 goals. Next contest, it is going to be Blackhawks versus the Red Wings, 7:30 Eastern start time. Detroit's minus $1.25 with the total at 5.5 goals. Alex Nedeljkovic expected in net for Detroit. Marc-Andre Fleury for Chicago. And although Fleury has put up some respectable numbers this year, the Blackhawks really break down defensively on the road. As a matter of fact, these guys are in the bottom 3 in goals allowed away from home. And they've gotten the W in just 7 out of 23 road games this year. Now they're taking on a Detroit team who's 13-6 with 3 overtime losses at home themselves. The Red Wings have also done a pretty nice job offensively at the Little Caesars Arena. Dylan Larkin and Tyler Bertuzzi. How many times can you pronounce that? Tyler Bertuzzi and Dylan Larkin. They each have 19 goals respectively apiece on the year. Detroit currently finds themselves in the top 10 in home scoring as a unit. Now, total-wise, Detroit did see contests recently with Dallas, Anaheim, and San Jose get over the posted number. Meanwhile, Chicago's 15-8 to the over when traveling, and that's good for over 65% in that category. I'm going to lean toward Detroit, minus $1.25 in the over 5.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Bruins versus the Avalanche, 10 o'clock Eastern start time. Colorado's minus 175, total 6. Pavel Francouz for the Avs, Linus Ullmark for Boston. Now, Ullmark's been pretty good here this season. He's 14-5 in 19 starts, along with the .255 goals against average. And when the Bruins travel, I'll tell you what, boy, is it hard to score against them. These guys are leading the NHL in fewest road goals allowed, and they're limiting their opponents to just 28 shots on goal a game. And speaking of shots on goal, this Bruins team has really peppered their opposing netminders here this season offensively. They're averaging nearly 36 offensive shots on goal on the road this year, and they actually lead the entire NHL in that category. Road offensive shots on goal. League leaders right now. Brad Marchand and Drew Pasternak, they each have 20 goals apiece on this season. They're taking on a Colorado team who's red hot themselves. Not going to take that away from them. They've been playing some really good hockey lately, but they've done a poor job of cashing in on the puck line. As a matter of fact, the Avalanche failed to cover in 5 out of their last 6 home games, and they've struggled consistently in covering the puck line against Eastern Conference opponents this season. I know that's a quirky trend, but just hear me out. They've cashed in on the puck line in just 6 of 16 contests against an Eastern Conference opponent this year, and that's good for only 37% in that particular category. You always try to find an edge, and sometimes you find them in weird places. In my opinion, I think that's our edge there. But anyway, total-wise, Colorado's last 4 straight fell under the number. Unders against the likes of Chicago, Montreal, and Los Angeles. Meanwhile, 3 out of Boston's last 4 road games on the West Coast fell under the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward Boston plus 1.5 and the under 6. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap, powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we're 3-0 in our last three $1.99 daily best plays following Monday's sports betting action. I like Anaheim, plus 1.5, under 6 goals. Calgary, minus 1.5, over 6. San Jose, plus 1.5, over 5.5. Detroit, minus $1.25. I forget what I did on the total there. Detroit, over 5.5. Detroit, minus $1.25, over 5.5. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder, guys, that we are also 3-0 in our last three board member tier package picks following Monday's sports wagering action on brockpage.com as well. And just remember, guys, board members get access to every single bet that I give out on my website all the way through the end of January. I'm going to lean toward Boston, plus 1.5 in the under 6 goals. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that if you continue to opt in. Now, you can cancel at any time. You can opt out at any time. But like I said, if you sign up today, you're going to get access to those picks all the way through the end of January. I always tell folks in every single video, though, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. The earlier in the month is the key. That's where you're going to get your max value. But anyway, guys, most importantly, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Great to be back in the NHL. We're going to try to maybe do, we do different runs with the NHL. And, it takes a long time to prepare, videos, just, stats and research and stuff like that. It takes a long time with the NHL because there's so many moving parts, so many variables. You got expected goalie, different lines, coaches change up the lines, and you got injuries and just all kinds of stuff. And so these videos take a long time to produce. And so when I'm producing them and getting not a lot of views on them, it's really deflating. And it kind of it's like negative EV, right? Like you dedicate more time to this sport than the other sports and you're not getting a return. And it's cannibalizing views from the other videos because it's just been a nightmare with NHL. So we're going to give it another shot. We're going to try it again. I love handicapping NHL. We haven't stopped betting on NHL on my website. We've continued to bet NHL on the website, but as far as making the videos, they take a while to produce, and when you're not getting the views, man, it's kind of not worth it. But I like doing it. It's fun. We're gonna give it another shot. We're doing it a day early. Maybe that can help boost up the views a little bit. Hey, listen, it's just me being transparent with you, right? That's a big word in this business, transparency. Everybody likes to, use that word, transparency. Well, I'm just being transparent with you. I'm telling you, I'm doing the NHL games a day early so I can get as many views as possible because these NHL videos, in terms of views, I don't get no views on these. But anyway, guys, most importantly, got to thank you for joining me. I got to thank you for watching this video to this point as I continue to ramble. But anyway, guys, really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Tuesday or Wednesday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.